I thought it was going to get a little weird during the commercial break here as Ed Helms. Ed Helms, of course, the star actor from The Office. And, of course, The Hangover. He's got a new movie called Tag. That's in theaters Friday, June 15th. I mentioned at the end of last hour that McLovin's wife went to Oberlin College in Ohio. And then we started to look, and we did some research. And I'm saying, well, Ed Helms went to Oberlin College. He's same age as your wife. Oberlin College, not a big college.
And then, also, whenever I ask my wife about Oberlin stories, she always gets really vague. I'm like, yeah, I don't really remember what happened. There's vague words of parties and music, and I don't want to know all the details.
Ed, can you confirm or deny knowing McLovin's wife, Sarah?
I just saw a picture, and I do remember her, yes. We were not close buddies, but she was in a friend group that I interacted with, and, yeah, acquaintances, yeah.
So you did not date her. Good. I'm glad I can relax the rest of the interview. Okay.
Nothing tawdry.
Go. Okay.
Did you go out? Maybe you didn't date her, but did you go out with her?
I asked her out repeatedly. And, yeah.
You can leave now, Ed. That's all we wanted.
That's all we got.
Yeah, just wanted. What happens when you walk down the street? What do you hear from people?
A lot of "rid-it-dit-to-do," which is Andy's catchphrase from The Office. If I'm in Las Vegas, I get a lot of headlocks. People trying to just jam Jägermeister into my face, and but yeah.
Oddest place you've been recognized?
Oddest place. Gosh.
Or oddest incident you've had?
Yeah. Well, there was one incident. One incident I was at this isn't odd because this is very common actually, but a lot of times at baggage claim at airports because you're forced to kind of stand there and wait. And if one person recognizes you, it kind of can cause a little bit of a scene, and then more people crowd around. So that's, you get kind of used to that after a while. But one recent one, this woman said she saw me at baggage claim, and she's like, "Oh my God, I just binge watched all the Office episodes. I love you so much. Can I give you a hug? Would that be weird?" And I said, "Yeah. Meaning, yeah, that would be a little weird." but she took it to mean, yeah, give me a hug, and she just went in for it real hard, gave me a huge bear hug, and she was right about that because it was a nice hug. Actually,
oh, that's good.
It was positive energy.
But did you achieve fame more with Hangover or The Office? Like, was there varying degrees?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think with regards to fame, I'm very lucky because for a couple of reasons. One is it was very gradual for me because I actually started out on The Daily Show, and I was on The Daily Show for 4 or 5 years, and that's kind of small cable comedy. Fame, just the occasional free bagel at an airport or something. And then The Office definitely kicked it up a notch, a big network show. And obviously it was a very successful show, but there was nothing like The Hangover. I mean, that just kicked it up into high gear.
When did you know that it was different? Your life was going to be different.
There was a lot of buzz about the movie before it came out, and everyone was feeling very confident and excited about the movie. But none of us in the movie were particularly big movie stars or anything at the time. So we didn't have super high expectations. Then the movie came out, and we left almost immediately. We flew to Europe to do a junket over there. And I remember in London, we were at a dinner with the Warner Brothers executives and the cast and everything, and they were and box office information was kind of rolling in, and it was clear that it was this ridiculous phenomenon and that it was breaking out as a juggernaut. And I think we all, Zach and Bradley and we all just sort of looked at each other a little shell shocked, like, what are we in for? What's going to happen?
What made you more nervous, Mike Tyson or the Tiger?
Oh, the Tiger. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I mean, that was terrifying. Yeah, the Tiger was, especially the Tiger stuff that we shot at Mike Tyson's house because it was at night and it was really windy, and the tiger was in a cage, and for some reason it was like the trees were all blowing around in the wind, and it was very jungle-like, and the tiger was pacing back and forth in the cage in a very predatory manner. It was daunting. Yeah.
We're talking to Ed Helms. The movie is Tag. And just reading up on this, and even the guys who were involved in it's based on a real life story, and it comes out Friday, June 15th. So you pick it up from there, explain to the audience the fascination. When you get this script, when somebody says, hey, I got a movie about Tag.
Yeah.
And your reaction is?
Pass.
And then all of a sudden you start to explore it and you realize that they've actually been playing this game. This is based off a true story.
Yeah, these real guys in Spokane, Washington, they've been playing since elementary school. They're now middle-aged. They're in their 40s and 50s. And they've been playing and now 1 month out of the year they still play this game of tag, and it's just open season. They hunt each other like wild animals for sport.
How many? So there's 10 guys involved in this?
10 real guys. We kind of pared it down for narrative purposes to 5 in the movie. But yeah, there's 10 real guys. And I'm not kidding. I mean, I do think that without this being real, without it being grounded in reality in this way, you can't make this movie because it's too dumb of a premise. It's too ridiculous. But because it is real, then it becomes really kind of exciting and fun. And I read it knowing that, having just learned there was a Wall Street Journal article that the script was based on about these guys, and I read that article and I just got intoxicated by it. I just wanted to be, I don't know, I got a little kind of FOMO, or it's like you like, who doesn't want their peer group to still play tag? That's kind of a
for
fun,
30 years.
For 30 years, what a great tradition.
But how does it work? They all are in the same area.
No. Now they live all over the country, and they will fly around the country.
So somebody's it right now.
Somebody's it right now. I think the month they play is February. In the movie, we play it in May or something.
Oh, so it's a 1 month.
1 month out of the year. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would take over their lives.
Yeah, it'd be silly otherwise.
Yeah,
this isn't as silly. It's only based on 1 month.
It wouldn't make any sense if they played now. This makes sense.
Okay, so they have 1 month where it's tag, and they just had their month in May, or February.
No, in February.
Okay, so now you got to wait an entire year.
Yeah, and whoever's it for the entire year is just sort of piled on with humiliation and ridicule.
But I'm going to guess disguises.
Yeah, I mean, they go to such great lengths to tag each other. They'll sneak into buildings, board meetings, whatever, wear crazy disguises. And what's really fun, I mean, we took real tag adventures that they have actually done and heightened them for the movie. And in the movie, there are these giant action set pieces. I mean, they're like it's like Mission Impossible style set pieces, but with frumpy middle-aged guys.
But wasn't there a funeral involved? Do you guys recreate?
Yeah,
the funeral scene?
That's real. So the real guys, one of them tagged his buddy at his dad's funeral. And we recreate that in the movie, and actually it's a really poignant moment because it's it makes them all laugh at a time when they probably needed it, and it demonstrates how this game, this ridiculous childish game, is actually just a mechanism to keep their friendships intact. And I think as we get older and life kind of takes on, we get more responsibilities, it's hard to stay in touch with childhood friends. It takes effort. And these guys have this kind of wonderful, magical way of staying in each other's lives.
The movie is Tag. It's in theaters this Friday, June 15th. The disturbingly handsome John Hamm is in this movie.
Yeah, very disturbing.
Not fair.
Not fair. No. He's handsome. He's also damn funny in the movie. Yeah, he's just...
don't you hate that? Right? He's got too much.
I would hate him, but he's also a delight. I love that guy. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I'll tell you, Jeremy Renner who's also in the movie.
Now, I wouldn't think he was a funny guy.
Yeah, that's the one that's annoying to me because he's like action star, Jason Bourne, Mission Impossible,
Hurt Locker. Yeah.
And he is really funny, and that's not fair. Like that to me is he's got too much going for him.
I was a guest on Letterman when Ed was on Letterman. Was that
Dan? It was your final appearance on Letterman, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You brought us down, and Ed, you know how at Letterman they have the green rooms, and it's pretty small up there. It's a pretty tight fit.
Yeah.
You were the other guest when Dan was on, but there was an incident, Dan, because there's only one bathroom on that floor.
Yeah, we felt bad for you. One of our guys took down that bathroom. And so I felt bad for you that I think you might have been in the first green, your room. Maybe you were gone by then, but we were like, it was an uncomfortable situation for us. And then we thought, God, if we ever run in, we'll never run into Ed Helms, but if we do, we should at least apologize. So maybe I'm apologizing for something that maybe you weren't even aware of.
Oh no, I remember that. I am still scarred.
Yeah.
From that.
Yeah. Fritzy, is there anything you'd like to say to Ed?
You got to have a candle or a match or Glade or Lysol. There should be something, in the restroom. You can't just have.
Letterman had one bathroom. I mean, that building was
old.
Antiquated.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're sorry about that.
That's all right. I was just in there last night. I did the Colbert Show, which is now in the Ed Sullivan Theater, and it's gorgeous.
How weird is it though that you worked with Colbert?
Yeah.
And now here he is hosting this and.
And I'm a
It didn't
guest.
seem like anything, nothing had changed, but, he's now in a more higher profile position. You are too. And here you guys, chewing it up.
Yeah, it's really cool. I don't know. I love to reconnect with people from I guess you could say that the Colbert Show is like my tag because it's kept Stephen and I in each other's lives and buddies over many, many years.
Well, you could be playing tag with women from Oberlin.
Sure.
College.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
Yeah.
wait, what?
All right. The Office episode you stopped to watch. Whenever it's on, you stop to watch. Is there one?
Any episode. I love that
There's not
show.
one where you go, like, we love Kevin with the chili.
Okay, great one.
Like
I think Dinner Party is probably one of the all-time greatest.
Small TV.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that little plasma screen and just the tension. You can cut it with a knife. It was also one of the most fun episodes to shoot. Lots of fond memories. But there's if I happen to catch an episode on TV, I will sit and watch it because we did so many that they all run together in my memory.
I think there are 163 episodes,
something like
that. If that sounds right.
Yeah, and
but could you contribute to dialogue?
Oh yeah, I mean as either through improv or
because you did improv.
Yeah, we improved, especially in the talking head segments. Those were where we really, I think, really played around and did tons of takes. Some of the group scenes, there'd be great improv, but it wasn't as improv-y as some of the movies that I've worked on. But they wanted,
the feel is that you're just talking off the top of your head when you do the talking head segment.
Well, hopefully, because we're actors.
Yes, of course you are.
Trying to portray that.
Yeah. How hard was it to keep a straight face with?
On The Office?
Yeah.
I was a disaster of just breaking all the time. Steve Carell he just slays me. There's something in his eyes. I don't know. I had to, a lot of times if I was doing a scene with Steve, I would have to look at his chin because I couldn't look him in the eyes. It was just, I would lose it. There's an episode where he plays Santa and or he's like, being an office Santa. And I think Phyllis or Kevin is sitting in his lap and he's so awful about it. Because it's uncomfortable for him, and he's just being really rude and weird and mean about it. And I had to duck behind a plant. You can see in the actual episode in the background. And by the way, that was like take 30 because I had been laughing in every single take. He's a genius. There's so much funny memories on that.
Yeah, it was great. Were you in the warehouse scene, basketball? When Kevin,
I don't think
that was before you got there.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that was like season 2, and I joined at the top of season 3.
Yeah, because when Kevin's just bombing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
by the way, I went to high school with Brian Baumgartner, the actor who plays Kevin.
You were a year behind him.
Yeah, and he's a remarkable athlete. Have you ever interviewed him?
Yeah, we actually how did that come up that we called Kevin
anniversary of the chili drop?
Yeah, so I mentioned it on the air and I had his number. I said, will he come on and talk about it? And he said it was a one take.
Yeah,
and then he said they had to replace the whole carpet and he's just kind of rolling around in this chili. And then he said he went to Mastro's in Beverly Hills for dinner that night. And he said, I think I had chili in my ear canal. But he goes, that was a one take with it when, he's just talking about this recipe and how important it is. And all of a sudden, it breaks me up every time I
it's
say it.
heartbreaking, that moment. It's great. But he's actually a really great golfer.
Yeah.
Plays a lot of, I think, kind of
celebrity events.
But competes. I mean, he's a really, really talented
The
golfer.
movie is Tag. It's in theaters Friday, June 15th. Ed Helms, who may or may not have dated McLovin's wife when they were in college.
Hey.
He may or may not. He's not sure. That's a long time ago. But he's willing
pretty
to.
sure I didn't.
He's pretty sure.
To be clear.
But he's pretty sure.
Now we're downgraded to pretty sure. He was sure before.
Thank you for joining us, Ed.
Yeah,
we
it's
appreciate
such a pleasure.
it.
Thanks so much.
And good luck with Tag. That's Ed Helms.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.